Okay, I have no idea if is this working? Can you hear me? Is this working? Is this broken? Uh I tried to start. Oh god, there are people here. Oh god, wait, stop. This is supposed to be extremely casual. I don't I wasn't expecting people to actually be here. What the fuck? Um okay. Yeah, I was just gonna work on some music stuff and like if people wanted to show up, they could. Uh like I'm on Thanksgiving break right now, so I'm just chilling at home. Uh yeah, I did not expect like 60 of you to just like jump in here. I need a second to like breathe. uh so I'm not singing or anything. I'm just working on music stuff. um so the audio quality might be absolute trash. Also, I guess if there's any kids out there, I swear, so please cover your ears multiple times throughout the stream. um, yeah, I have no idea if this is gonna be too loud, so I don't even know how long I'm gonna be doing this live stream for, because I'm just chilling. So who knows? This live stream might go on for like 10 minutes, it might go on for an hour. It depends how my ADD goes. ADHD goes. Um, Oh yeah, I don't have any video or anything. It's just like an overlay thing. So we're just chilling over here. Um, I don't want to like spook anyone by starting this randomly. Haven't done anything yet past that. That's all I have so far. um, but I was just gonna work on it, I guess. You guys can just hear me jamming away or whatever ends up happening here. Yeah, if it's too loud, I can. Let me just turn down the volume a little bit for the audio. Yeah, so this is just like a random original thing that I am making. I have no idea if I will finish it or where it will go. Such as such as music, I guess. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm just using my computer keyboard. I'm not using even like a piano thing. I'm just going for it. So thank you, Hisoku, for $2. Mm. I'm just trying to come up with like melodies and stuff. Yeah. I just have a still screen going on. I'm not having the screen show anything. But there's not much to look at. It's just me with the piano roll. Uh, you guys are gonna have to hear all my me just going through a million samples. I didn't even think about that. So this might not be interesting at all to you. So I apologize. My mic? Yeah, I can see. I could just talk closer to the mic, but one second here. Probably if I just is that better? I put on a compressor. I have no idea if that actually improved anything or made it worse. Okay, I'll just keep it however it is now then. I don't know if I'll archive it. If any of you want it archived, I guess I'll leave it as like unlisted or something. I don't want to like. I feel like when people live stream a bunch, it ends up covering their channel, and like no one knows what their actual most recent video is. For Black Friday, I already bought my Black Friday thing. I bought some headphones because the headphones I'm currently using are my backup headphones. I had some better headphones, some Audio Technica ones, and then the what's it called? Like the top of the headphone where you can like pull it and make it, a bigger size. It snapped. So like I can wear them, but they'll just like casually fall off constantly. So uh yeah, so I'm using some backup headphones right now. So I ordered some better ones. Forget the exact name of headphones, but they're better ones. Like $80 something. But it was thanks to Patreon. I can afford to buy some new headphones, so thank my patrons. That's the right way to say it, huh? Oh, that's a disgusting crash. For like Vocaloid, I have no idea at this point. I don't think I think about like what actual vocal I'm gonna use until way later. Kind of just depends like what uh what I end up going with. I have no idea yet. I'm just kind of this is like a very early stage of the song. I only started making this like 1 hour, 1.5 hours ago. So yeah, I have no idea yet. Yeah, for Tomi, I wanna like uh I wanna like re-record her. I've tried re-recording her before. Um and like the quality sucked. So like I don't know what to do because like my mic is the same as it was before, but like the quality for some reason is like way worse, and I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe it's like my recording environment is just not. But I mean, like before, I just recorded in my room. Like it's not like I soundproofed anything. So, in other words, I would like to make a new Tomy because Tommy's current voice bank kind of sucks. I'll be honest; it's not really aged too well compared to a lot of like higher quality voice banks. So, uh, yeah, I would like to eventually use Tomy again. I don't know about an original for Tomy. I feel like at that point I would just sing it, but that I need to get better at singing before I record anything again. So, oh gosh, it's still disgusting. For my for university, uh I'm doing a class where I have to teach like kids about Japanese culture, and multiple times some of the kids have come up to the front of class and just like dabbed and then like sat back down. I'm like, all right, sure. I guess that's what kids do now. Where are my strings? My beautiful, beautiful strings. I think I'm gonna say this is the chorus. I mean, this is all I've made, so I have no. I think I'm gonna say it's the chorus. I feel like I have to make the chorus first, or else like I don't like. I need something to build up to, if that makes sense. Like if I don't have a catchy chorus that I like I don't have the motivation to work on the rest of the song. But then it also kind of forces me to like I'm working on the most exciting-ish part of the song, and then I have to like make myself make the not as exciting part. So it's kind of hard, but yeah, I feel like I have to make the chorus first, or else I just like lose interest in whatever song I'm making. uh so yeah, for music, I mean, I don't want to act like I really know what I'm doing because I've only been doing this since like late April, early May, and like I've only made one song, so I'm not really the best person to like say how I make music or anything. But I try to start out with like some basic chords, and then I add the drums, and then like normally from there I add the bass, and then I have something to kind of like jam out to, and then I'll kind of make the melody on top of that. Once I have the melody, then I'll kind of just add on from there. Um, but I'm still working on like making interesting drums because I feel like that's what I have no idea about still. Like for other stuff, I can kind of listen to like other songs and like I kind of get uh like I can understand the melodies and stuff of the instruments, but like with drums, I've just never really listened to drums much before, so uh yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing with drums. I'm just placing things on the timeline and praying that they sound good. Um yeah, for lyrics, I do that at the end pretty much. Like I make the I mean, like normally if I'm making something, I kind of have an image that I'm going for, like while I'm making it. Uh, but then for lyrics, like I'll use that image to like make the lyrics, but I don't do that till the end because I feel like lyrics are the hardest part for me because I just never like thought about making lyrics. I kind of just like jam out to songs and that's like where my brain begins and stops. Um, so yeah, like when I was making the lyrics for Scattered Glass, that took me like most of the time honestly, just because it was just something that my brain had never really had to like decide on before or like think about before. Uh, so yeah, it was that was the part that took me the hardest because I kept wording things and I was like, man, this sounds lame. Uh, I was writing the lyrics in Japanese, uh, because to me it didn't make sense to write them in English and then try to translate them because I don't think things really translate well that way. Like if you're writing a song, I feel like you should be writing it in the uh, language that you want the song to be in. Otherwise, it's gonna like no matter how much you translate it, I think it's gonna be like not as fluid. um, but yeah, for Scattered Glass, I kept writing lyrics and then I'd be like, yeah, this sounds like really lame. Like this sounds like really edgy, but in a really bad way. And so I'd rewrite them and I'd be like, okay, this sounds more artsy, but then you don't want to get too artsy and because then people won't understand what you're trying to say. Uh, what I'm trying to say is I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm trying. Yeah. Um, I I'd like to eventually make an English song, but I feel like English lyrics are even more like of a mystery to me. With Japanese lyrics, I at least like I feel like there's a lot for me to work with there, but for English, I don't really listen to English music in the first place that much. So um I think that's why it's like writing English lyrics sounds even more daunting to me. And yeah, when I write lyrics, I try to normally when I'm making the song, I have an idea already of like what I want the lyrics to be, but not like word for word or anything. I'm just like, you know. Oh yeah, I was doing strings. I'm not good at doing two things at once. um, for for Mikoto, I just lowered the gen parameter by like I think I did like minus 15, minus 10. I didn't do too much, and that was like about it. And I just like tuned it. I don't know. All I did to the like tone was just yeah make it like minus 15 or minus 10 for the gen factor, and that's like it. I I just tuned it otherwise. Oh, hello, Kira. Welcome to whatever this this live stream is. For Mako, I don't think I really did anything for Mako. I just like tuned her. I don't know. I never really mess with like parameters in terms of like the like bass voice or anything. Like I know for like the singer editor, you can add like brightness and gen factor and other things like to the base of the voice, but I never really do that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how much when I went to a recording studio in Japan. I don't even remember. I just remember it was pretty cheap, but also I don't know how much it costs here. So like even if I have a price point there, I don't know if that's really cheap compared to like America's studio or yeah, recording studios. Like I'm not sure if it's more expensive or cheaper. Um I think it was like 12 an hour though. And like you could choose from like any type of mic or audio interface or whatever. So I mean, the thing is though, like for the time, you had it, like if you got an hour, you still would have to like you'd have to do the setup yourself though. So it would take me to like like even though I got an hour, it took me like a solid 20 minutes to like get the mic and the audio interface set up with my laptop and everything. So um yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how expensive they are in here in America because I haven't gone to one in America. But yeah, when I was in Japan, I thought it was pretty affordable. Um, yeah. Oh, so if it's like 10 an hour, I guess it's like about the same price as it is in Japan. Oh gosh, my favorite producer is probably like, I mean, I have a bunch, but I definitely like Emon and then Nikki and Tiara and Clean Tears. Clean Tears is god tier. But I also just really like trance music, so that's probably me being biased. And then there's a newer producer, what's their name? Aquara? Aquara, but there's like a three in there somewhere. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of. I've been really trying recently to like follow newer producers because like a lot of older producers, but like I feel like because I have a platform that I can share stuff with, I should be like doing my best to like share newer producers that I really like that like Akora, they only like some of their videos only had 10,000 views and I was like, "How? Your music is so good. Like how is no one listening to this?" So I like was sharing it every other day trying to get people to listen to their stuff because it was just like mind-blowing how good it was. Um so yeah, I've been really trying to find new producers. Luckily, I used to always follow the Nico video rankings, and I still do. But for a while, the rankings were really messed up because people were just like paying for higher spots in the rankings, which wasn't, real rankings. So, in the past few months, they finally fixed it, so I can actually like find new producers because they'll show up in the rankings for like their new song or something. Uh, and so I listened to like the weekly Nico video Vocaloid ranking and then also the daily Vocaloid ranking because the daily one a lot new a lot more a lot more new songs show up in the daily ranking because some songs might not get popular enough to get into the weekly ranking. So for smaller producers, that's where you can find a lot of like uh good stuff that just never takes off. I'm working on a. I mean, I say I'm working, but I've been working on a newer version of Reverse for a while. But also, like, I feel like I tuned that honestly, like, okay back in the day, so I don't actually know like how much more I can improve. I mean, there's like stuff that I can improve, obviously, but it's not the same level of like error where for the old version of error, like half of it was almost not tuned at all. So there's a lot for me to add to it now. But for Reverse, it's like I don't know. I like actually tuned more of that, so there's like less to improve for that one. But I have been working on like the chorus, and the chorus sounds better. But it's like for the verses, I don't know. Other than actually reversing them, which is what I'm doing, but other than actually reversing them and doing it that way, I'm not sure like what more I can add because I already had ad-libs and everything in there. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I do. I'd say the Vocaloid community is similar. There's a lot less like huge producers coming out all the time like there used to be, but I think there's a lot of like I'd say there's a lot more variety that comes out now, which I'd say is almost I won't say it's better, but it's just like a it's nice. I feel like there's a lot more types of people trying out Vocaloid, a lot of new genres that I didn't see much back in the olden days. Um so yeah, I mean it's changed, but I don't think it's for the better or for the worse. I think it's fine. Oh, okay, Hizoku, thanks for coming by. Modding for me. Uh yeah, for Vocaloid 5, I just don't like it until they make it better. Like it's not even the voice banks, it's the program. Until they make the program better, I just don't like I don't want to use it. Like I use it to export like vocals for V5 like Vocaloids, but like no, I do not like tuning in V5. It's just not even it like even all with all the updates that they've put through, it still crashes sometimes and I've never had issues with Vocaloid 4. Like I've never had issues with it. And Vocaloid 5 is just nothing but issues and bad UI design. Um and just like yeah. I can say a lot about Vocaloid 5 and I just don't even want to I don't even want to start. It'll give me a headache. um I can you still buy V4? I don't know. I think I hope you can. Like I'm assuming you could get it like on Amazon or some other stores, but from the legitimate website you can't get it anymore, I guess, but like if you can, I would definitely suggest getting um Vocaloid 4 still or yeah, 4.5 for Cubase still works the same as V4 but for Cubase, but it still works the same way. So if you have Cubase, I guess that's cool. But yeah, I would just not even bother getting V5. Like if you can find V4 somewhere, um I just get that instead. Like I think V5 would just not be a fun experience. Like my boyfriend has never really liked using the old Vocaloid programs because they were kind of clunky for him. And when I showed him V5, he was like, "Oh, that looks like a music program." But then he actually tried to use it, and he's like, "Wow, this is so clunky." And like, they did not have like a good QA team for it because it just there's so many things that are just so bad. One of the things I hate the most is that to get no effect on your voice, nothing affecting the voice bank, you have to scroll in alphabetical order to find the no effect preset. That's like halfway through the list of like 70 different presets. So you have to like scroll to find the no effect to just get like a basic, like clean voice. Now I'm just going on like a rant. But you get the point. You get the point. Oops, that was why. Uh, yeah, I think like my knowledge of tuning definitely has helped a lot in terms of like so I don't have any music theory knowledge at all, but because I've gotten so used to the Vocaloid like piano roll, and like making harmonies in Vocaloid with the piano roll, I've kind of gotten, I mean, I guess up till now I've been making chords, I just haven't really thought about it. Um so I guess in that sense, yeah, like, and also with tuning, I've gotten used to like changing velocity and other parameters that if I had no Vocaloid knowledge, I probably would have been more lost. I think probably. Um, and yeah, for a mixing tutorial, I don't know if I'd release one just because honestly, I wing it. Like I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just like slapping on like an ongoing joke I feel like people have about me is that I like just slap on two sound goodizers and people were like, why would you need two? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It just makes it sound better. So I feel confident doing a tuning tutorial, but not a mixing tutorial. I feel like people will just slap me in the face for it. Um, I don't know if I'd say I'm like super popular in Japan as as Celia. I've done a lot of like tuning work with people, and I think people do know like they know my name to an extent. I don't think a lot of people know like that I do other stuff. Like I think people know me as like the person who made that error cover, or the person who made that odds and ends cover, and like stuff like that, or like, oh, the person who made the fairy tale cover. But people don't. A lot of people don't know like past that initial like impression, I guess. Um, but I do think that people are aware of my existence. But I don't think for a lot of people, I think that's kind of like where it starts and ends. Um, yeah. Mm. I do want to use Ritsu again. I do really like this newer bank. I've just been like I don't know. I who um can't remember who made it, but someone made a Ritsu cover of Scattered Glass, and I was like, dang, this actually like I could have made this with Ritsu, huh? This is what I thought. I mean, I still love how Mikoto sounds, but I was like, dang, Ritsu would have worked here, huh? uh, so yeah, I used FL Studio 20, and I mostly use Serum. Uh, Serum, and I also use Nexus, but I don't have a ton of Nexus stuff just because the price. Why is Nexus so expensive? I know it's because it's like samples and not just like a synth, but yeah, I really like FL Studio 20. It's like because I was using like the older versions for a long time, but now that I have like FL Studio 20, it's so shiny and like I know it sounds stupid because it's a music program, but like the the visuals feel really nice. Like when you erase a bunch of notes, there's like a weird like ripple effect that it makes, and it's like, oh, that looks so cool. I know it's like not music related, but it makes you feel cool to use the program, which is a nice change from. I feel like with the older FL Studios, it was like it felt kind of clunky, but like now it's all like smooth and shiny and I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, the visuals like it's not like crazy or anything, but I do think it makes doing the music part a lot more. It makes it feel better. Hime or Mikoto? I feel like I like Mikoto more, but like Hime is still adorable. And for Rin or Lan, I feel like I like Rin more just because she's like energetic. I feel like Len is just like I know a lot of people like Len, but I feel like he's like a twerp. I don't know how else to describe it. Like I feel like he's like he'd be the one whining to like go to McDonald's and you're like, we have food at home. I have no idea what to do for this connection here. So I think I just want to repeat the chorus like again, but I have to have something sounding good in between. Like I'll put the Epstein didn't kill himself. I'll just put that like as a really low bass note, like a vocoder saying it really quietly. Hello, welcome. I am Kiami Celia Miss Hermia. I like real talk. I would change my YouTube name to Celia, but I feel like at this point there are people who only know me as Kiami, and I'm like, if I change it, will they look at their subscription feed and be like, who the heck is this? Like, I don't want to cause more confusion, which is why I've tried to like phase out using Hermia at all. Uh, but it's still like some people only know me as like the specific name, and I don't know what to do. Because if I change it, someone out there is gonna be like, who? Who is this? Unsubscribe. See, Cilia and Harumia are both from my first MMO that I played back in sixth grade in middle school. Um, I was playing a game called Fiesta Online, and I was like, I need to make my characters. My cleric was I named my cleric, or I named my mage first, which was Hermia, and then I named my cleric Cilia. But then there's another girl who was playing on the same server who also was named Cilia, but she only had one L, and people kept talking to me thinking that I was the other Cilia. Uh, and it was a mess. But anyway, yeah. So Harmony and Cilia both came from like sixth grade me just playing video games. Kiami has a much less interesting story. That was just me after I'd gotten my previous YouTube account suspended for making AMVs because that's what I was doing in early middle school. I was like, I need to make a new YouTube account. What should the name be? I don't know. Let me just make a random name without thinking at all, and that was how that name came to be. So, yeah, I don't really have much of an attachment to Kami because there's not really much there in the first place. At least with the other two, like I've been using the name Cilia since sixth grade because that was like, I don't know, that and Hermia were the names that stuck. So I still always use like Hermia for my mage characters if I'm playing a mage, and I'll use Cilia for like anything else. All the other names I made for my other characters like were lame or something, so none of the rest of them stuck at all. But oh wait, yeah, I forgot. So Harumia actually, how I thought of Harumia back in sixth grade was because there's a Naruto song. I think it was an ending, Haruminia. I forget what it was called. Uh, there is a Naruto song, like one of the openings or endings, with Sakura and Ito like dancing on. I don't remember the name, but it was something that was similar to Harumia. I think it was Harumonia, and so I just like took out a few letters and I was like Hermia. It's close to that one Naruto song that I was like really obsessed with that song for like 2 weeks, and that's when I made the character. So more deep lore for you guys.あ、そっか、日本人の見てる人もいるんだ。こんにちは。日本語読めるんで、普通に書いても全然大丈夫ですよ。Yeah, I think I have. If I'm going from like my Twitter, I definitely have more Japanese fans, and I think also on YouTube it's actually about equal. Like, I think it's like 50% Japanese followers, and then like 40% English, and then everything else. There's the everything else is like a bunch of there's like 18 different divisions, which is why I'm saying everything else. I'm using the signature one because I don't know which one to get, but I'll just get like, I don't know, more expensive, better. I don't know. I just kind of was like, that one looks good. I'll probably go to Southern California again next year, probably for AX. This last year I went to AX, but then like I got sick. I was sick for like every day except for the first day, and it was so sad because it was finally like good weather. Because last year it was way too hot, so this year I was like, oh, it's finally like a normal temperature. I can go to AX and not die. And then I got sick for most of the convention, and I felt so bad for my like hotel roommates and everything because I was just like sniffling and blowing my nose all day. And こんにちは。I have a Discord channel, but it's for patrons on my Patreon. But if you I think you get access even if you just do like a $1 donation. So if that interests you, it's there. Yeah, it's actually because I was cosplaying too, and I got the cosplay for the first half of that second day, um but then yeah, the rest of that day I was like overheating in my cosplay, so I had to like go back to the hotel, and like right when I took off my cosplay, it all like everything hit me. I was like, oh god, I have a fever, I'm dying, I'm sick. So yeah, I think that's like the first convention I've ever actually gotten sick at, which was really sad. I mean, I guess considering I've been going to conventions for quite a long time, that's a pretty good record, but um, yeah, still sucked. Forgot I never even tweeted out the link to this live stream. For beginners, I feel like VY1 V4 is really good because I feel like she sounds good no matter what you do. Like even if you have a bass VSQ and you don't do anything to it, she still sings pretty well without any tuning. So yeah, VI1 V4 is like really really good. What do I want to do here?言ってたのは、前回のアニメエキスポでコスプレをしたんだけど、風邪をひいちゃって何もできなかったから、ちょっと残念だなって。Yeah, I don't know really what happened to Frutella. I used to talk with him a lot, and I still like messaged him a while ago, I think, but he's like pretty much gone from the internet. I'm not really sure what his circumstances were, but yeah, like any English Vocaloid is really hard to use. I'll be honest. Uh, Vocaloid English is it's not. It's just not. um, like I think out of all of the English Vocaloids, I don't even know who's like the easiest to use because it all is like I don't know. Everything is like horrible for me, but at least I feel like Gumi English I can get to sound good, but that's like after editing. But I feel like that's you can say the same thing about like any of the English voice banks. So, yeah. そう、コスプレだと今年はなんだっけアイドルマスターのリアムちゃんと、盾の勇者のラフタリアちゃんをコラスペした。Yeah, like Gumi's Japanese voice bank is I think I'd say they're pretty she's pretty good, but my only issue with her voice banks is that sometimes the consonants can kind of come in late for some reason. Like a lot of the other Vocaloids kind of do a pretty good job of being on time perfectly, but I feel like it's mainly just an issue with Gumi's Japanese like native bank is the consonants can sometimes just come in like a little bit late or a little bit early. You can kind of fix it with like tuning, but it's just a little quirk that she has. But it's not like impossible to work around or like work with. It sounds pretty natural for the most part. Um, um, yeah, her Japanese voice banks they have like I think it was just how they were recorded or like how they were programmed, but yeah, there's like some choppiness sometimes. It's not it's like just kind of I feel like it adds character to her voice bank, but it is something that you have to be aware is there, I guess. Um and you know like English Utao I think sound pretty good. I haven't really used English in Utao just because I feel like it's already so hard in Vocaloid when you can just write in the lyrics. I feel like doing that for English in Utah is just even more work. I mean, I guess in the end you have to edit the English Vocaloid a lot too, but yeah, it just like gives me a headache thinking about even like tackling English Vocaloid or English Utah. Sorry. Mm, I don't know what to do for this section. Some fills somewhere that I could just drop in here. Yeah, for Micah, maybe the chat can help you out because I have no no experience with Micah at all. Where was it? Oops. Um, mm, What am I looking for here? Loops? No. Fills, that's what I was looking for. Oh, these fills are not. I was looking for shorter fills, not really long ones. One shots? No. Yeah, Mikoto's really good. Their range is really large, so like I feel like they kind of fit like anything. I feel like Mikoto's like a it can be a little bit glitchy with the transitions between the notes, but like if you mix them right, then it's not really an issue. But I don't think Mikoto would work super well for like a quiet song though, because then you can kind of hear all the glitches, or not glitches, but like you can hear um the not so smooth vowel transitions. So using like I feel like Mikoto works better for like maybe rock or like loud electronic stuff. Um and then yeah, Mikoto's like low range is like sick. I'm surprised that they can go that low, but um I feel like because they're so versatile, you can also change like the gender factor to kind of make any voice you prefer. Like if you like that like squeaky V flower type voice, you can go for that. And they can just kind of pull off anything. Um, and no, I don't take singing lessons, which is why I can't sing. I took one semester of choir in high school and I sucked. I was like the worst singer in the entire choir. Um, I'd like to take like singing lessons at some point, but also it's just like finding the time and the money to do that. Use the most. I feel like I don't know. I kind of just use a bunch of different like I try not to play favorites when it comes to Vocaloids. Like I kind of just use whatever I think fits. Like if I'm making a cover, I just use whatever I think fits the song the most. And I try not to be like, oh, my favorite Vocaloid is this, so I want to like use them in this song. I mean, sometimes I do that, but for the most part, I just am like, this voice fits this song the most, so I'll use this Vocaloid. um, so I don't know, like, I don't even know which Vocaloid I have the most experience with, per se. Yeah, I don't know. Um, Tips on tuning Luca V3 is just cry. Just cry. Krypton, please give me a good Luca Bank. I was waiting and then you didn't release a good Luca Bank. I don't I haven't like counted in a long time, but um I have a bunch of boxes and then I also have just a lot of them digitally. Um it's cuz like a lot of the times I'll get them either from friends or like from companies. They'll just like give them to me. So yeah, most of I don't I haven't counted in a long time, but I have a lot. But it's not like I it's not that I've bought all of them. A lot of them are either gifts or like I'll do a demo and they'll be like, "Okay, here's the voice pink." So, yeah, yeah. So I use like third party stuff. I'm mostly using Serum, but uh but yeah, for like strings, I like to use Nexus because Nexus has pretty strings. uh like yeah, like piano and strings. Nexus makes really pretty sounding stuff, so I use it for that. But otherwise I mostly just use Serum because Serum is I was like when I got Serum, I wasn't sure what I expected, but I didn't expect it to like be as good as it is. Like I was expecting it to just I'd use it for like a few leads or something, but then like there's so many presets and like they changed the sound so much. I mean like obviously I guess that's how synthesizers are, but I'm really glad that I got Serum because it's just oh man, I just really like it a lot. It's definitely worth the money. It's also like not even that crazy expensive. Like I mean I don't know I guess the normal price points for synthesizers, but it was like not bad at all. I was expecting something much more terrifying of a price tag. For Vocaloid, either draw the vibrato, which is what I do most of the time, in like the pitch parameter thing on the bottom, you can draw the vibrato. But for like really for certain songs, there's some job plugins that you can use to generate vibrato onto the pitch parameter, so you don't like hand draw it. You put in some numbers, and then it will like generate it for you. But uh, yeah, so it's called expressive vibrato or like sine vibrato. um, and so you can put in parameters like how deep you want the vibrato to be and like the speed. Um, but the thing is, there's a lot of parameters that you can mess with, so it can be kind of like scary to look at because you're like, I don't know what to um, like I don't know what to add to make it sound how I want it to sound, you know? So, you kind of have to like just do trial and error, like especially because it totally depends on the like tempo of the song as well. Um, if the tempo is too like faster or way slower than what you were working on before, then you're gonna have to change the parameters accordingly. So if you're using like 24 speed for your vibrato, that's not gonna sound too good if the tempo for the other whatever song you're working on is like way slower. You're gonna have to change the speed of that vibrato. Um, so pretty much you just like do trial and error until you get something good, and then you can kind of use that parameter, or you can use those settings for expressive vibrato for like the rest of that specific song. But it's hard to have a set of parameters and then use it for a different song, like the exact same numbers. It does that make sense? I kind of end up going off on tangents when I try to explain things. But the easiest way is to just draw with your mouse or your tablet. I know people use tablets for that, but I always when I try to draw with my tablet, like draw the pitch bends, it always is like slanted to the right for some reason, so it doesn't really work for me. But some people, uh, yeah, some people really like drawing the pitch things with their tablet. So if that works for you, then it's like go for it. I still don't know what to do for this section. That's why. No idea what I'm doing here. Oh, I could do, what's it called? Cutoff automation thingy dingy. Where is it? Browse parameters. Fill cutoff. Not what I wanted to do. Ooh, that sounds kind of hot. I need to like make these strings not as they're just kind of like long blocks of the same note. I need to make these more interesting because they're I feel like someone's gonna tell me it's boring. Hello from America. I'll probably have the live stream like unlisted once it's done. I don't want to like if I leave it like public, then it kind of just like makes it harder to find the things that are most recent on the channel. So, um, yeah, I'll probably just post a link to the unlisted thing in like my community tab, maybe. I don't know. Still don't know what to do with this. Like, gotta get that. I need to add like an impact sound or something. No. What am I looking for here? Oh god, there's so many bass drums. No. I think that's not gonna sound good, but yeah. Sure. Nope. Okay, maybe not an impact. Maybe crash is better. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was looking for. That's the sound I was going for. Maybe not that loud though. Yeah, I know a lot of people use I know, what was it? Mitchiem, I think he uses Logic Pro. I just went with FL Studio because that's what I knew already, and I like the UI, but I know a lot of Japanese vocal producers use Cubase also. I know like Nikki uses Cubase, I think, and yeah, Mitchiem uses Logic Pro. I was looking at like closed hi-hats and I was like, oh, this one sounds nice, and I dragged it on the timeline. I realized it's the same one I've already been using this entire song. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, not using that one for this little section. I was going out of my way to find a different hi-hat, and I out of this entire list, I chose the exact same one again. Oh, that's a sexy clap. That does not sound good. Okay, never mind. Sexy clap, but does not sound sexy in the song. For vocals, I use like two sound goodizers, and then there's a VST I use called W1 limiter, and that, I mean, it's a limiter, but yeah, so I use two sound goodizers, and then I use the W1 limiter. I guess that I know that GigaP uses the W1 limiter though, because he was the one who introduced it to me. I don't know if that's what's doing the magic, but I use it. Yeah, or I could also just turn the music down. I don't think I can. I don't know if I can turn my vocals up that much more. Maybe is that better? I have no idea if that actually did anything. Okay, that should be louder. Probably, but I don't. If it's too loud, please tell me, and I will turn it down. Yeah, GigaP, back in the good old Skype days, I he gave me some like tips for some VSTs, and yeah, W1 limiter was I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but that is what it looks like in my mixer. So I've been using that since he introduced it to me, which was a good few years ago. I use percussion for this type of thing? I don't even know. These sounds are always like, when I'm finding sounds, these are not labeled very well, so this is like percussion 1, percussion 2, percussion 3. I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm clicking on, but hopefully it's nothing too weird. That sounds bad. That sounds bad too. Nope. Yeah, so currently the $7 tier means like you can just download anything I've ever posted on there. I might eventually change that just because as I've been posting every month, it's gone. There's a lot of stuff on there now, so at some point I might change it to have like a higher tier for access to everything. But currently, yeah, so the $7 tier gives you access to everything. I post a new thing every month, but if you want to download the older stuff, you have access to everything. But yeah, I might be changing that like starting next year, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know yet. I found a bunch of speaking of claps, they're not claps, but so GigaP and Hachioji-P's like newest song, whatever it was called, Gimme Gimme, or no, like, something like that. Yeah. That song, the snaps in there were so good that I like went on a hunt for some similarly sexy snaps, and I found a bunch of them, and I have no idea when I'm going to use them, but oh man, there are some spicy snaps. What was it? Where are they? Somewhere here. listen to that snap. Isn't that spicy? Like because the snaps that he used in that song, it almost sounded that they were using their tongue to make the sound. It was like a very juicy snap. I was just like, oh man, that sounds good. I was very inspired by that song. Not that I know what I'm going to do with those snaps yet, but very, very beautiful snaps. It cost me 3 credits on Splice.com. For autotune, I use Andres Autotune. It's the expensive one, but it's like the best one. Like it's like a lot, but I haven't found any other like VSTs that do autotune as perfectly as their autotune does it. So it's like, yeah. Oh, I should do something. Yeah, it's expensive. It's man, I think when I got it, it was, oh yeah, I don't even remember how much does that. I have had it for a while and I have not upgraded. So um how much is it now? It's like, yeah, like $3.99. You can there's like a bunch of different ones though, but yeah, you know, it's not cheap. But it's if you want an auto tune, if you want like a very good auto tune VST, that is like the best auto tune, unless there is something that I don't know about. But yeah, like it's expensive. Like there's just, I haven't found an alternative that sounds anywhere near the quality that that gives. So yeah, I'm kind of just like, if there's a better, cheaper one, I'd do it. But I just don't. If anyone knows of one that's cheaper, I'll please let me know. Oh, I'm missing. I was wondering what I was missing. It's all the effects. That's what I'm missing. Um, yeah. Sometimes good things just cost a lot. But hey, Serum's pretty cheap and wonderful. It's not auto-tune, but I feel like I definitely got my money's worth for Serum at least. Oh my. Ooh, that's sexy. Yeah, I'm in college right now. I'm university. I only have like 1 year left though, but I'm on Thanksgiving break right now, which is why I am not in school today. Mm. Um, I am a Japanese language and culture major. I feel like such a weeb saying that, but it's the major I'm in. It's a legit major, so mm. I'd love to like do a meet and greet type of thing one day. I mean, I've done it when I've gone to AX. I always go to the Vocaloid cosplay gatherings, and I always get to meet up with people there. But I'd love to go to like more conventions across the U.S. and do like meet up with people. But don't really have the money for that currently. But once I have a job, that would be a potential thing I could eventually do. Currently do not have a job, so it's yeah. Oh, I didn't even have the side chained. Yeah, I have not used Oliver before. I feel like using him would be so difficult. Like just hearing the songs that he's used in, I can hear like how like as an English Vocaloid how much work you'd have to do to get him to like say basic things. This is a original. I have no idea where I'm gonna go with this still, but I think Scattered Glass should be on Apple Music. Should be, I think, pretty sure. Is iTunes Apple Music? I haven't had an iPhone in a long time. Is that the same thing? Where was the stuff I got? Where was it? So I have this folder called Huge Snares. Huge, humongous snares. Just peeking through the roof. Humongous. Yeah, okay. those are pretty huge snares. I feel like tuning Mikoto, I don't know. It's kind of like not really. I didn't feel like I really struggled with anything particularly. Like it was just kind of like tuning like normal. Yeah. I don't know if I can really like point out a hardest part. I think it was just like business as usual. We gotta get those sexy snaps, the sexy claps, the huge, humongous snares in there. Just peeking through the roof for the entire song. I'll just label the song the biggest combo of sexy slaps you've ever heard. I had some like what were they? There's like some Z inspired somethings in here. Where was it? Oh my gosh, so many menus. Oh yeah, the Z snare, the Z kick. I don't know how much. I don't know how much that really sounds like Z, but. Yeah, so is it Sevio? Is it Chevio? Sevio? I have no idea. I still do not know how to pronounce that program. um, Chevio? Sevio? I don't know. Uh, I'd like to use it again, but I still like, I've always had trouble mixing the vocals from that. Like, no matter what I do, I feel like it's really hard to mix it because there's like the engine, I don't know if it's the engine noise or something about like how it like processes it, but I have a lot of trouble trying to mix it in a way that like that I can like what is the word, embed it into the mix. Like it kind of just floats on top of the instrumental, and yeah, I don't know, it's hard for me to work with. Also, just like the tuning in general, I feel like it's like kind of hard. It's different from what I'm used to, so it's hard for me to work with it. I mean, I just need to get used to it, but yeah. I mean, I still, I still don't really know anything about music production. I'm just winging it, but, um, hmm? I'm so confused. Did something happen? Was there sound? I don't know. For music production, I just like back in late, I still don't remember even like when I specifically started. It was either late April or early May, but like I first tried like not well, kind of like recreating other songs. I say that very loosely. Oh, okay. I did not know that it went down. I guess it's back up now. I'm not really sure what happened. But what was I saying? So I just tried to like remake some songs. I tried remaking like a Kinosta song, like one of the Una and Rin songs. But I still didn't really know what I was doing, so I was just like trying to even pick out melodies because I had never really done that before with my ears. Like I was just kind of tuning stuff. So I hadn't really listened to like the instrumentals as like music. I was just kind of like my brain would only really go to the melodies, and that's like all I was really listening to. So I tried to like just listen to instrumentals more and like think of them as like actual music and not just something for the vocals to go on top of. So yeah, I kind of like tried seeing if I could like rewrite or if I could like copy the melodies by ear. And then I'd try to like pick out little things like what is the like I didn't even know like what you do with a bass, or like I knew nothing. I still don't. I'm not gonna say I really know much now, but I know like some basic stuff. But I don't know any music theory though. Yeah, so I'm bad at answering questions. I'm so sorry. um, Pretty much, I just like tried to pay attention to songs more and try to like recreate things that I liked. Um, and yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I'd like to eventually do more covers with um, like my singing. I need to set up like a proper recording environment because I do not have one currently. I'm like just in a very big is overstating that. I'm just in my living room, like with my mic, and that's about. Like I don't have any soundproofing. Oh, thank you for coming. Um, but yeah, I'd like to do more singing covers. I just need to like set up a proper recording area because right now when I record it sounds really bad and there's like echoing from the walls and the size of the room and um like I tried recording me singing Scattered Glass and it was like I tried mixing it and I was like, oh my god, I cannot post this. So uh like I couldn't get it quality wise to a point where I could like even really mix it that well. Uh, Not to mention I just like couldn't really sing that well. But 日本語でも全然大丈夫ですよ。日本語で書いても。With the Copa thing, Copa. I don't know how you say it, but my thoughts are like, hopefully, hopefully we can stop it from going through. Otherwise, I think, I mean, it would probably affect me, but I think it would also affect all of YouTube to the extent that like I don't think YouTube could function anymore. So, uh, yeah, like my thoughts, I guess, are like if it doesn't get stopped, I think YouTube's just kind of done for. Yeah, because it would affect like music and like pretty much anything that they could possibly because it's so vague. They can pretty much say anything could be or targeted towards kids or consumed by kids. Um, like people who do like reviews of like games, like they could be like, oh, kids play games, so it's targeted towards kids, and it's like adults play games too. And same with like music, they can be like, well, kids listen to music, and it's like, also the rest of the entire age group listens to music, but okay. So yeah, it's I I signed the petition. I know a lot of other people signed the petition as well to take it down or to make them change a decision. You can like write a comment on the what's it called, the site. Um, so yeah, if you haven't already, you should write a comment saying. I think the comments are open until like December 2nd, but you can write a comment saying like why this is a bad idea and why they shouldn't put it through. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much if it doesn't get canceled, then YouTube will be getting canceled. So uh, those are my thoughts on that. If I uh, what was it? Um, where was it? Wasn't that one? There's a petition, and then there was ooh, it's gotten like 300,000 more signatures than last time. I'll put a link in the chat where you can write a comment. Where is it? Here. If you use that link, you can write a comment to them and like explain why you think it's a bad idea. Yeah, I would. If you have the time, I would suggest writing a comment there. I think everything. The more people who do it, I think the more there is a chance that it can be stopped. But yeah, yeah. If anything, it'll just like, I said it on Twitter, but like, if I have to, I will, for all of my thumbnails, I will put in big red letters fuck on every single comment, or every single thumbnail. If I have to, I will do that. If that will save me from whatever will happen, then I will do that. I think like I'm pretty sure swearing doesn't get you demonetized. Well, that's not true actually. I'm pretty sure depending on how you swear, you could definitely get demonetized. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I would like to not get fined $40,000 per video because I don't think I've even made that much in my lifetime. So yeah. I'd rather be like, yeah. I just have to see what happens. Like that's all I can do. Write a comment, sign the petition, pray that everyone else does the same, and then see where it goes. We have like what we have until January to see what happens. So yep. Should be a fun time. fun time. I should. I've just been like zoning out. I should make an what's it called? An ARP. ARP. Tomi isn't dead yet. I mean, maybe she is, but um, her voice bank's still up, so she's technically not dead. Yeah, I'd say Tomi is technically. I mean, Uta isn't OC, right? F's in the chat for Tomi. Yeah. She did. No, I said this earlier, but I would love to re-record her. I just don't have a good recording space for her. I've tried recording a new voice bank for her, and it somehow sounded even worse than her like current voice bank. So one day she will rise from her grave. Oh god, that was way too high. Oh, that hurt my ears. Oh, where am I? There we go. I guess I'm just like still kind of self-conscious about like my organization and just how much of a mess. Even for this, my tracks are just like spewed all across the timeline. I feel like it's embarrassing to show my timeline right now. なんていうんだろうな、英語の曲だと歌詞がまっすぐって感じだから、日本語の曲の方が、なんていうんだろうな、日本語の方が面白そうなって思うんだけど、なんか歌詞の意味が英語の歌詞より深いっていう感じなんだけど、うん。うん。This is very loud, but this is not. I'm not gonna keep it like that. Um, oh god, that does not sound. That's nice. Ooh, I like that. I like that pluck. I like that pluck. That's 英語の歌詞だと言葉通りなんじゃない？だけど、日本語の歌詞だと漢字の意味が二つあっても、ね、三つの意味があるかもしれないじゃん。だからもうちょっと深い感じがするんだけど、うん。Thank you. Um, yeah, I'm liking how it's sounding. I'm just not sure. Like, this is, I guess, the chorus, but I don't know where I'm gonna go with this. Like, I have no idea what the verses are gonna sound like for this, but we'll get there eventually, I guess. uh, mm, oh god, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Uh, yeah, yeah. I feel like because I always start out with the chorus, I end up getting like really confused of what I should do with the rest of the song. But also, like I said earlier, if I don't do the chorus first, I feel like I'm just not gonna want to continue working on it because I have to prove to myself that I can like work with it. That kind of works, I think, maybe. I just need to make it sound good. That's the rest of the work, is making it sound good. Mm. never know what a good way of like widening a sound is. Like, do any of y'all in the chat have any suggestions on like I use a what's it called, a stereo enhancer sometimes to like uh make it, you know, wider, but I feel like that's not the ideal way of doing that. I'm not really sure what the ideal way of doing that is because like I know where I want to put it in terms of like how far back to the right or the left I want to put it, but I don't know how to actually like move it there. I wish I could be better at explaining these types of things, but because there's like stereo shaper, but I feel like I never know what I'm doing with that either. Like, do I put the far right and left thing up, and does that like not? I don't know. All the side chain. Side chain everywhere. I need to. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I've been putting side chain on almost everything, but that's probably not what I was supposed to be doing. I mean, I know there's no like right or wrong way of doing music, but uh I'm from my experience of doing vocal mixing, I'm trying to avoid putting any sound goodizers anywhere. people got people got so mad at me when they found out I was using like two of them on my vocals. Welcome to the live stream. I didn't think I would be doing this live stream for so long, but it's I mean, I guess I haven't really like done a conversational live stream in quite a while, so it's nice to talk to people. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. I was gonna do something. Where are my things? Yeah, so I took like one music class in high school because I was like I should probably do that. I took a guitar class, but um I do not know anything. Like I took a guitar class, but in that guitar class, I think I've realized that I can't play guitar because when I play guitar, like I don't know if I'm crazy, but like when I was playing guitar in high school, I would like as I played it, the vibrations would like put me to sleep. Like I don't think it was just because of the time of my class. I think it was like literally like the vibrations of the guitar were putting me to sleep. And I could never stay awake in that class. Like I would like when I would pick up the guitar and I would like play it like literally 15 minutes and I'd be like almost like completely like knocked out. So like is I don't know if that's just me or if that's like a thing that happens to other people, but um yeah. So I took a guitar class. I'm not gonna count that as doing anything in my favor. Um um, and then I took like a music production class, and we were using like Guitar Band, but like I still have some things on my SoundCloud from high school where I made like a very short little song. Um, but there was like clashing chords because I didn't know I didn't know like what chords were, so I was like, that sounds about right, and I put like a guitar loop, and I was like, sure, that's a song. Listening to it now, I can obviously tell that there's like clashing everything, but but yeah, uh, those are the only two classes I've taken, and I don't know how to play any instrument. Um, I just use my like computer keyboard to like make all the notes and stuff. And I don't actually record with that. I'll just like I just write the notes with my mouse on the piano roll. So yeah, I I want to learn music theory so I don't sound stupid. Cause like I don't know the words to like describe anything I'm doing, and I know it makes me sound like I mean I don't know what I'm doing, so it makes me sound like I don't know what I'm doing. But um, I feel like refusing to learn music theory is probably not what I should do. So I eventually I would like to take a music class is what I'm saying. I wanted to do that at university, but like I don't have the money to like stay an extra semester or anything, so yeah. Sound organizers better than music theory. I'm gonna like print that out and frame it on my wall right above my computer. It's gonna have like I'm gonna have a screenshot of like 10 Goodizers on a single track and just frame that. People are gonna walk in and be like, "What does that mean?" And I'm just like, "Just don't don't say anything. Just admire it." Yeah, I'll have a shirt that just has a million sound goodizers on it and say like sound goodizers equal greater or equal than music theory. I feel like I'd like get punched for wearing that in public. Easy way to pick a fight on the street. Like on YouTube, it gives me the ability to make merch, but I'm like, what would I make? Like, what would people what like my name on a shirt? No one's gonna want that. Like, I don't understand how people come up with merch. Like, what do people want? Do people even buy? Do people buy that? Do people buy shirts with people's names on them? Like, what do you sell? Do people actually buy things? I don't know. I should. I need to organize everything on here right now. Nothing is. Nothing is organized. Nothing is labeled. It's just a bunch of pattern one, pattern two. Uh, yeah, I've always thought of like. I know a lot of YouTubers have their own like mascot or like persona, but like I don't know. I always feel weird about like making a persona, because then when people see me in real life, they're like, who? Like if you give yourself like, I don't know, like green hair or something for your persona, and then you show up and you're just like some average looking like brown haired lady, it's like, who are you? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm lying if I make like a super anime persona, because I'm like, I don't look like that. I just look like some random lady in her pajamas, like no makeup, no like, you know. I feel like I'd be lying if like I make a cool looking persona. Yeah, like Kira has the chicken. Like if I was gonna make a mascot, I'd do something like that. Like, yeah, I'd do something like that, because then it doesn't feel like I'm like trying to make myself look real cool. I can just be like, yeah, I was like, no. Yeah, I thought it was funny that everyone like just kind of assumed that Kira was a girl. I think it's maybe because like, I don't know. I feel like in terms of Vocaloid producers on like the Western side, I feel like a lot of like compared to the Japanese Vocaloid producer side, I feel like the Western side has a lot more uh like a lot more female producers. So I feel like on the Japanese side, I tend to like assume that it's a guy who's making the songs, but on the Western side, I feel like I always just assume that it's like a girl who's making it. So yeah, I don't know. I thought Kira was a girl too initially. um, I'm trying to. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do something here. Um, why is it doing that? I'm so confused. I forget how I even do this here. Is it that? No. not actually change that. What the heck? Okay, so that's what that is. It's not what I want it to do. Why isn't it doing the thing I want it to do? Serum, please. What is some? Wait. hold up. Something's clashing. On this last note, what is clashing? Oh, it's the base, I think? I think that might fix it. With like, I like Sora a lot, but I also feel like Mikoto kind of. I feel like Mikoto is like almost the same voice type, but kind of sounds better. So I feel like, and then like Sora's normal voice bank, kind of just reminds me of Lumi. Like I feel like it's not. Like, if you already have Lumi, I won't see why you'd need Sora's normal voice bank. For the cool voice bank, if you already have Mikoto, you wouldn't really need Sora's cool voice bank. So it's like, it's hard for me to, like, find a place for Sora that other Vocaloids don't kind of overlap with, if that makes sense. Her cool voice bank is definitely, like, the more unique one. But even then, like, now that Mikoto exists, it's like, it's hard for me to, like, want to use the cool voice bank over Mikoto. So, yeah. Oh, thanks for coming to the live stream. Coming. Yeah, for like Vocaloid 5 and Krypton, I feel like what Krypton's doing is probably the. I feel like if Krypton doesn't do that, no other company would do that. Like, Krypton is the only one that has enough money and, like, enough success on their own that they can be like, that they can say, by Yama, or by Vocaloid, we're doing our own thing. Like, they're the only ones who could pull that off, so. Personally, like, I'm all for that. I'm all for whatever they're deciding to do, and I hope that, it'd be cool if they did the type of thing that Yamaha does, where they let, like, other companies do, like, put their voices in. Um, yeah, like, I'm hoping, like, I'm all for whatever Krypton is doing. I'm all for it. Because, Yamaha just doesn't seem like they're up for continuing the effort that is required to maintain the Vocaloid program. I don't want to come across sounding like super rude, but like I don't feel like Yamaha care, like the current people at Yamaha care enough to really keep it going. So if Krypton's gonna do that, I'm all for that. Like, keep Vocaloid alive, I'm up for that. I mean, I guess it won't be Vocaloid anymore, but like, yeah. Yeah, like one thing I'm hoping that whatever Krypton is doing, I hope that they'll finally be able to like put patches through. Because like for if you think about like for Vocaloid up till now, no companies have really been able to like put out updates for their voice banks. Um, which I feel like has limited them a lot because like if they need to do a bug fix or if they wanted to like add a new pitch or something, they couldn't just like kind of throw that in later. It was like you have to have a fully finished product, which is like a good thing. But like sometimes you need to fix stuff later, or like sometimes you want to like add a few more phonemes in or something. I don't know. So not having the ability to do that, I think, is limiting what was and is limiting a lot of companies, I think. So I think Krypton. I have I have more faith in Krypton being able to like be a more community friendly company than Yamaha, I guess. Because I think Yamaha is being. I mean, Yamaha Vocaloid is just a small section of Yamaha as a whole. So in the end, it's the people up top at Yamaha who are going to be looking at like the budget and looking at like how much money you're making, and if it isn't enough, then they'll just kind of be like, well, stop doing that. So, but with Krypton, it's like all on them. Like, it's their thing to work with. So they don't have to worry about like their boss being like, hey, you're not making enough money from your vocal synthesizer, like shut it down or something. Or I mean, I don't know if that's what happened with like Vocaloid, but looking at Vocaloid 5, I have some doubts of how the upper management was thinking about the company. So with Krypton, it's all up to them. So it gives them a lot more freedom to just do whatever the hell they want, which is cool. I think there's a lot of potential there. Konnichiwa, just like screaming konnichiwa. It's a lot of screaming A's. Yeah, I have English, Japanese, and then Korean input. I still have Korean input because whenever I was using the Korean Vocaloids, I need it, but I haven't used Korean Vocaloids in a while, so I'm like, why do I have this set? Yeah, in Vocaloid, I just input like Romaji lyrics, which has been funny because sometimes like I'll get like work to do tuning, and I'll have to make like I'll have the MIDI, but I have to put in the lyrics, and when I give it to them, they're like, oh, you put the lyrics in Romaji and not like Hiragana. And I was like, oh yeah, that's yeah, I do that. Like I hadn't, because like for me personally, I hadn't really thought about that as being something that's like weird, but then like sometimes they'll send me vs like bases that they've already made for me, and it'll have like hiragana for the notes. So I'm like, oh yeah, people do that. um a whole bunch of kick. I know for the, I think I use Google IME, and you can switch between like Romaji and like hiragana and katakana input and stuff. But I know there's like people use different ones though, but I personally use Google IME personally. Fucking that's a lot of cake. A lot of cake. Where's the thing I'm looking for? Out there. Out there. I use headphones. I've never. That's a lie. I was gonna say I've never owned speakers, but I had to buy some speakers when I was living in the dorms at my school. But I only use headphones. I don't own good speakers or anything, because I guess it's just like I don't like bothering people, so I kind of just like having everything like I can hear stuff. That's how I prefer doing music, but I know it's important to like test stuff on speakers, which I did when I was making Scattered Glass. I did make sure to like test it on some speakers. So but yeah, I just don't really like speakers. I didn't grow up using speakers, so the whole concept of like blasting my music is absolutely wild to me. But like I know there's plenty of people who who would use speakers any day over headphones, but I like having my music contained in my own little world. And yeah, I try to test like my stuff on a bunch of different headphones. Like I have a bunch of random headphones lying around, like my old ones, like some higher quality ones, some worse quality ones, some like gaming headsets. I try to try a bunch of different ones. Of course, I don't think, like for me it's still hard to make sure everything sounds good everywhere, because I think that's almost like, I mean, I know that's what professionals have to do, but like for me, I don't think I'm at the level where I can really achieve that yet. I think that's just going to take more experience, but I did what I could with Scattered Glass, at least, to make sure it sounded like acceptable on most things. I think if you use really good headphones, the bass probably sounds real nice. But yeah. God, that snare is disgustingly loud. How do you make build-up drums? No one knows. So the headphones I was using before they broke were some Audio-Technica ones. My boyfriend got them for me for like Christmas at some point, I think, or yeah, Christmas, I think. He said that he got them for like 50% off, so they're normally like 100, but they're like $50. But yeah, they weren't anything like crazy, but they sounded nice. I don't know the exact model because they were like an older model. Like I think that model had been out for like 5 or 6 years or so. But I just ordered some new headphones and they should be here next week. So hopefully, the ones I got will be like good monitor headphones, with like open back and stuff. So they should be good for me being able to actually hear what I'm doing. But I don't even know what these current headphones I'm using are. They're like falling apart, and like the cover, of the pads are like just disintegrating. So every time I take my headphones off, I find like a bunch of like black little bits all over my hair and my hands. So new headphones will be nice to have. But yeah, the current ones I'm using, I have no idea what these are. They were in my drawer when I moved out. I do not know how long they were in there, so. Yeah, I know way back, like when I was doing audio stuff back in like 2010 or like 2011, I was using some real bad, like, I gotten some Skullcandy headphones from like an anime convention, and I got them because they were cute, and I was like, these are headphones, and those are my thought started and where my thought ended. And I was using those for a while. Oh man, those did not have good audio. I mean, like now I know that, but at the time I was like, headphones are headphones. Doesn't matter. I mean, I was like in middle school, so you know, I did not know any better. I feel like just using like a fill-in for this and not actual fill would be better, but yeah, I mean, like that's why I got Skullcandy. Also, I was like, wow, those look cool. I'm like 14, and those look like fancy headphones. Yeah, the only earbuds that I have are like my iPod headphones from many years ago. uh, but they work fine still. I mean, like iPod headphones are solid. I don't like any like wireless headphones or earbuds or anything. But I know a lot of people use like what are they called? AirPods. But like I'm already bad with almost losing wired like wired earbuds, so I could never imagine having like wireless ones. I feel like they would just vanish like in a day. I don't know how people keep track of them because I already almost lose my headphones all the time, so yeah. All of these fills I have are at like 140 BPM, and this is at 170. So um, um, I've been using what's it called? Splice. Splice.com is what I've been using recently to find a bunch of samples. You get like a certain amount of credits when you first sign up, I think, using like a affiliate link or whatever they're called, a referral link. You can get like a bunch of credits, and then you can like pay for. I think it's like you get like $5 off. So instead of like $8, it's like $3 for like a month of. I think you get like 150 credits or something. And then like each sample is either, if it's a one-shot sample, it's like 1 credit, and if it's some of the better packs are like 3 credits per sample. But that's where I found a bunch of the sexy snaps that I was looking at earlier. But yeah, splice.com. They have a bunch of Serum and like Silent and other synth presets also. And then there's also what's it called? Cymatics is also a site that I was using. They have a bunch of good stuff on there too. There's a lot of on Cymatics. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of free packs. So all you have to do is like make an account, and then there's a bunch of free packs that you can use, and some of them are like tailored towards certain artists. Like there's there's like a Porter Robinson pack and stuff like that where it has like a few samples that like sound similar to that said artist. But yeah, those are some of the things I'd suggest for like presets. Because Cymatics also has a bunch of synth presets, like for Serum and Massive and other stuff like that. 来てくださったよ。ありがとうございます。Yeah, Splice has a lot of good stuff, but you also kind of have to wade through a lot of like not so great stuff. There's a lot of like loops that are kind of, or like there's a lot of one shots where you're like, ugh. Especially some of the presets for like bass. Oh man, I was listening to them, and my boyfriend, who's his computer's like right next to mine, he was overhearing my headphones, and he's like, "Oh God, what are you listening to?" And I'm like, there's some really bad bass presets here." Like they were just screaming, but in like the worst way possible. Oh, thanks for coming. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people join this time. I'll probably finish up the stream soonish, but I'll probably keep going for another like 30 minutes, and then I'll turn off the stream. Oh gosh, it's a long build up. I need to fit it to the tempo. I'm just gonna use that as a base. I'll find something better later. For now, I just need something to work with. Yeah, I really like Miki's music. I hope he makes some more stuff eventually. I don't know what he's been up to, but like months ago, I asked him for some feedback for my song, and he gave me some really good like pointers. Miki's just really nice. Okay, let's make some new chords. Let's just erase all of this. Make some new ones. Still not A4. Yeah. Is that right? What the heck? Yeah. Me not understanding basic chords. E4, B4. Oh god. People upstairs are walking downstairs. Yeah, I was downloading a bunch of really nice presets for basses, and I really like Buzzy, like the ones that live like KZ Live Tune uses. I love those. I love how those bass sound. So I wanted to. I really like that sound, so I like to use that type of bass in whatever I do. I mean, like I don't. I should experiment with other types, but man, I love how those sound. I love how Live Tune's bass sounds. Ah. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Like sometimes I'll make the bass first and then I'll make the like build the rest of the chords later. But also I have no idea if that's like I don't know. I said earlier, but my uh, my timeline's just a mess, so I'd rather not show how messy it is. Um, yeah, I have a Twitter account. It's just at Cilia. Yeah, maybe I'll do chords after I make the bass line. I don't know. I don't know what people do. I can just use. Is it cheating if I just use the same bass line that I use in the chorus? Is that a no? Will people hate me for that? I can just do different chords, right? I like how the bass sounds, so it's like I don't need to change it, right? I can just copy paste into the chords. There we go. Oops. Not on the same pattern. What am I doing? There we go. I'm going somewhere with this. Yeah, I should really like build an actual music library because I just listen to stuff on like YouTube. Because I don't really listen to I don't listen to stuff on my phone or anything. And like my car just has a CD player, so I can't like plug in my phone or anything. So I just listen to stuff on my computer. Like when I'm out, I don't listen to music. I think most people do listen to music like on their phones and stuff, but yeah. Ooh, ooh. This kind of sounds nice, right? That sounds pretty. That sounds fancy. Getting fancy with these chords here. I don't know about this chord though. This is like too many suspended. I don't know. Yeah, I need to. I always just like erase notes and just draw them higher. I should just be using the shortcuts. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I have a Patreon Discord. If you want to join that, you can. I think it's I think I set it up so like even if you just do the $1 donation, I think you still get a link for the Discord if you are interested in supporting me. That is an option. And also you get the link to the Discord. But yeah, it's like a Patreon only Discord. It's not that fancy. We just hang out, chat, share stuff, talk about Vocaloid and Tao sometimes. Yeah, I think you can do like custom amounts. So if you want to do like 420, I'll any little bit helps. Yeah, okay. I'm liking these chords. I'm liking these chords. Ooh, okay. Okay, I found something I liked. That sounds pretty. That sounds like I know what I'm doing, right? I need to make this better. Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I made a chord progression. I know people use like the like because FL Studio has a thing where you can do like major and then you can just click the note and it'll make the chord, but like I don't. If I knew music theory, I could do that, but I don't. So I just draw the notes on the piano roll and until it sounds good, as you've been hearing. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's what I'm doing too. I start with the root notes and then just kind of go from there, like build up from that. Like when I was first starting doing this, not this specific song, but when I was like first learning basic things, I like did not know that like the bottom note of your bass line was like the root. Like I did not make that connection. So I was making chords just like all over the place and I was like, I don't know anything. Well, this is probably right. Spoiler alert, it wasn't right. Yeah, like for inspiration, I said it earlier, but like uh, some of my favorite producers are like Clean Tears. Their music is like I can only describe Clean Tears Vocaloid songs as like heavenly. Like the way that they make Miku hit the notes is like so perfect, and then like the way that they build the atmosphere of their songs is like absolutely beautiful. If you have not heard any of Clean Tears Miku songs, please look up Clean Tears because oh man, their stuff is so good. It's like I didn't used to be super into trance either, but like anything that Clean Tears makes is just like perfection. Uh, but yeah, like inspiration would be Clean Tears, and then like Emon Tess, whatever he goes by now. Um, and then like Nikki, of course, in live like Casey live tune as well. And then Tiara, I love Tiara's like the way that she uses strings in her music. I feel like what my music is currently is kind of like a collection of all the things I like from my inspirations, and it's just like that's like I've kind of collected it all and then like used that in my own music. I'm assuming that's what other people also kind of do when they start making their own music, is like drawing from their inspirations and using that as the base for their own style. But yeah, Clean Tears is like, oh, perfect. Like I could, oh man, listening to like Clean Tears Miku, I don't know how he even tunes it. Like I know it's nothing like crazy, but it's like just the simplicity of the however he tunes Miku, like the simplicity and how perfectly Miku just like slides along the notes, perfectly hitting them, but like it's like lifting you up and then like sorry, I sound like high right now. I'm not high, but I really like Clean Tears. I'm sorry. I'm going off right now. Oh, if the stream stopped, I don't think it should have stopped, but I will be finishing up here pretty soon. Let me just look up. I think I can get a link to their channel. I'm pretty sure they have a YouTube channel. Yeah, they do. Please don't want to play. Here's Clean Tears channel. absolute god. Their most recent song, I don't even know how to say that. Eidetic Image. That stuff is just, yeah. I'm just gonna link that song actually because it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, listen to that. It's just next level gorgeous music. I really want to like I don't go out of my way to like physically buy albums that much, but like next time I go to Japan, if I can, I want to give them all of my money and have like all of their albums with me, because just everything, I could loop their stuff forever. Oh my god, I don't even know like what a song between me and Clean Tears would sound like. I feel like it's already perfect. I don't know what I could like. I feel like if I did anything, it would like lower the quality. At my current stage, at least, I need to get better at music before I mess with anyone's stuff. what I got so far. Yeah, I need to work more. I'm just using these build-up drums as a placeholder for now. I'll probably replace it later with something actual. I mean, not that loops. I don't want to hate on loops because loops are totally legit, and but I want to find a better, because it doesn't really fit the drums that I'm using later. So I need to find something that sounds more similar, or just like make my own build-up drums. But oh geez, I guess I've been working on this for because I was doing like an hour before I started streaming, or I started making this like an hour before I started streaming. So I guess like 4-ish hours, but like to be honest, during this stream I have not done too much. I've mostly just been chatting, which is totally fine. I have an entire week of Thanksgiving / fall break, so I'm fine with just chilling out and talking to all of you guys. I don't live stream that much, so there's plenty to talk about. Like, I feel like it's easier to to like question. I have so many that I feel like it's easier to count the ones that I don't have. But I don't have a lot of the English Vocaloids just because I don't really enjoy using English Vocaloids. So most of, like, I'd say I have most of the Japanese Vocaloids. Do not have Kyoteru because I'm sorry, Kyoteru is just not. I'm sorry to anyone who likes Kyoteru, but I just do not. It's not my thing. And yeah, I don't have a lot of English Vocaloids just because I just don't have much of a use for them. I'm not. If I make an English song, it's probably gonna be with like Gumi or like Gumi English or something, or like, man, I would love to use Fukase, but his company's rules about like permission and like royalties. You have to I forget what it was, but you have to give like 40% of any of your royalties to like the company or Fukase's like creators. So it's like, yeah. If I was gonna make an English song, it would probably be with like Gumi or something. But yeah, I have Kayuki. She's great. I used her at some point. I try to use most of my Vocaloids, but there's some that have just been sitting there. I want to use them eventually, but just yeah, I know I don't remember the exact percentage because like once I read that they wanted like a good percentage of the like revenue that you'd get from a Fukase song, I was like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna use Fukase then because that's like, I guess it's because of like Fukase's image, because it's like the same name as like Fukase himself. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, from what I've heard, like they don't even reply to the emails in the first place. So it's like, what do you do? Like, do you... like, I mean, I guess you could just go ahead and like hope that they don't do anything, but also it's like you don't want to get in trouble. So it's like, what do you do? If they don't reply, then you just don't use Fukase, I guess. I don't know. It's like a really awkward situation. Yeah, Operation Fukaze, they can't sue us all. Exactly. If we all monetize our Fukaze things, no, they can't sue all of us. We just, as a community, we just rebel. I love that. Where are my vocals here? Okay, now's the fun part where I attempt to make a melody. That's not the right instrument. Wonderful. I had a fine experience. I don't know. It's like working with Chinese is a bit hard for me just because I don't know any of it. But like, I mean, I guess I'm not really sure what you mean by experience, but it was fine. know why I keep pressing that note. That's not... I don't think that... I don't think that works with the melody I'm going for. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go. That's a build-up. I shouldn't go as high as the. Shouldn't go that high, maybe. Could be. Something like that. Something like that. Does that sound good to you guys? I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Ooh. Ooh, that could be good. Where is that? Where is it? Oops. Now, I have no idea who's gonna be singing this yet. I'll get there eventually, but I don't normally even like get to that point until like I have all the lyrics done, and or like I have some of the lyrics done, and like I know kind of like I don't know. I won't get there for a while. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I like that. Yeah. Alright. What was I doing before this? I had a melody that sounded okay, but now I forgot what it was. with the English lyrics and Japanese lyrics, I feel like the types of melodies that I like to make don't work with English lyrics. Like, I feel like the types of melodies I want to make don't have like flat enough notes. I don't know how to describe that, but I feel like they wouldn't work if I tried slapping English lyrics in there. Like when I'm making the melodies, I'm thinking of the lyrics being Japanese, so I'm not afraid of like making all types of melodies. That sounds kind of stupid, but you feel it? You feel me? I have like all this time and I've only got like the last part of the build-up done. Perfect. Perfect melody. I don't know if you guys can hear my stomach growling, but it is currently growling very loudly. Um, I mean, I would consider myself a Western producer because I mean, even though I'm writing the lyrics in Japanese, most of most of the Japanese people who listen to my music are like, oh, that sounds like American music or like Western music, and I feel like most of the like instruments and melodies are more I'm not sure if I'd say like American, but like more Western type of melody and stuff. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't ever consider myself a Japanese producer because I'm not Japanese. I don't have the how would I describe it? I don't have the same inspirations that they do. Like I don't have the same environment that can inspire me in the way that it inspires them in their environment. Uh, like same thing like with like when I was in Japan and I was riding on the train, I was like, oh, I can totally see where like artists get this like really cool atmosphere when they think of like a train near like sunset and like the light coming through, like things like that. Where in America, I don't have that like I don't have that environment for that specific type of inspiration, if that makes sense. Um, so things that surround you are what mostly influence you. So yeah, I would say I'm a Western producer for sure. Um, and yeah, I would say I'm mostly fluent in Japanese, but um, lyric writing also forces myself to like think much deeper about the words that I choose, and then that also kind of makes me sometimes worry that like I'm using too difficult of words that like people in Japan wouldn't actually use, and so I have to be careful not to like try to get too artsy because then people like if a Japanese person is listening to the song and they're like, "What's that word?" I don't want to have that situation happen, if that makes sense. So I have to like restrict myself from trying to get too crazy. Um, Anyhow, yeah, I think I'm getting hungry. So I'm just gonna play the song through one more time and then I will end the live stream for today. I might stream again at some point this week, because I do have the week off, but I also do need to write a research paper and do some homework. Uh, but yeah. There it is. That is the song I have made today. I feel like when I'm inspired, I just kind of like make things in one sitting and then they just fade off into the distance. But I would like to work more on this and actually finish it because I feel like I have something good. I'm feeling it is what I'm saying. I'm feeling that this one sounds good. It needs a lot of polish, obviously. Yeah, so for tuning tips, I don't know if I'll stream, but I do want to make a video soon-ish, um, on tuning tips or just like basic like how do you do tuning. So yeah, I will be doing that eventually. I don't think it'll be a stream, but I think I'll upload something. I'm probably just going to use text to speech because I get very nervous when I'm recording things and it makes me sound completely like an idiot. So yeah, so I'll make a video like that at some point. Uh, Yeah, that video for Yamaha. I mean, to be honest, like trying to explain what I do in Japanese was very difficult, especially at that level that I was at of Japanese fluency. So, hopefully, explaining some things in English will be a little bit easier to understand for people and also for myself. Um, anyway, yeah, okay. Thank you for, thank you everyone for stopping by. I'm surprised that like for what 46, 45 of you are still here. I did not expect that many people to come to this. So, yeah. Um I'll probably link the unlisted video of this in the community tab if anyone wants to look at it later, or I don't know. Anyway, yes, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to me kind of just ramble for like 3 hours straight. Have a good night, evening, day, whatever time it is in your wonderful time zone. Okay, goodbye, everyone.